Hey folks, Matt from Art of the Image. Canon T3i, the 600D has been released. There you go, there's a photo of it there. Looks a lot like the Canon 60D, doesn't it? Hence, where we're going with the video today. T3i 600D versus the Canon 60D. Which one should I buy? It's a good question. Basically what we'll do is we'll go over some features on why you might want to buy the 60D over the T3i, the 600D. So basically, same sensor pretty much, 18 megapixel sensor, virtually identical, same output. You're going to get the same video quality, same photo quality. Same ISO feature set, 100 to 6400 for settings. Same video modes, same video options, all that type of thing. Same vari-angle LCD, the 3-inch, 1,040,000 dot LCD. No big difference there. Here we get into the differences. 5.3 frames per second on the 60D. Canon 60D is 5.3 frames per second. The T3i 600D is 3.7 frames per second. So, faster camera, the 60D. Not by a lot, but by enough if you're into sports or fast-moving stuff where you need the extra frame rate. Viewfinder, another biggie for the 60D. 96% viewfinder coverage on the Canon 60D, whereas on the 600D, we are at, just let me double check that for you. So the 60D, 96% coverage, 0.95 times magnification, and we are only at 0.85 magnification on the 600D. So brighter, bigger viewfinder on the Canon 60D. So that's point number 3 there, and point number 2, I should say. And again, is this something that's important to you? You have to decide as far as the price difference goes, but better viewfinder on the 60D over the T3i 600D. And then we come to the autofocus system. So point number 3, again in favor of the Canon 60D. It has a 9-point AF system, all high precision f2.8 cross type centers, center point focus points. The 600D, the T3i, has the 9-point AF system with a single high precision cross type sensor on it. So 60D has better autofocus. I am noticing that between my 60D and my T2i, which is the same autofocus as the T3i. So yes, 60D, better autofocus system. This is something that's quite significant. I'm really noticed the 60D's autofocus is really nice. I think there's a few little tweaks in there beyond just these cross-type sensors. So that's a biggie there. And other than that, the main features are the same. Those are the 3 big points right there. Where we can get into a little more difference here is, let me flip over to the size and weight. Basically what we're looking at is the 60D is bigger and a little heavier. For many people, this is a biggie. Oh, and the other thing, the other biggie, point number 4, let's go to point number 4, shutter speed. 1/8,000th of a second on Canon the 60D. It's only 1/4,000th of a second on the T3i 600D. For many of you, this may not be an issue. For a lot of people like myself, it's a big advantage on the 60D. You always want to get a higher sync speed or a higher shutter speed and sync speed. That is a big bonus for the 60D. It has a 1/8,000th shutter speed and a 1/250 sync speed. The T3i, the 600D, has a 1/200th sync speed and a 1/4000th shutter speed. So better for the 60D there. It's going to allow you to sync at higher speeds, shutter speeds for your flash, and it gives you higher shutter speeds when you're out in very bright circumstances outdoors. Big bonus for the 60D right there. And let's continue to move on to the final specs in here, what the differences are. And also I should note, I'm not going to put it in as a major advantage, but the 60D does have more I believe, in the S RAW settings for as far as what you can file save in there. So that's a bonus. The 60D uses the LPE6 battery. The T3i uses the LPE8 battery. You're going to get more shots on the 60D. 1600 shots on a battery as opposed to 550 on the T3i. So let's put that down as point number 5. I think that our last point was point number 4. And that's a biggie there too. More battery life. The LPE6s are a little more expensive, not by a lot, but you know, you're looking at about 3 times the battery life on the Canon 60D with the LPE6. That's a biggie. And then we've got the dimensions. It's 5.69 by 4.17 by 3.09 inches on the 60D, and 5.2 by 3.9 by 3.1 inches on the T3i, the 600D. Not a big difference, but the 60D is a little bigger. A lot of people like a little bigger camera. And it weighs a little more. It is 26.6 ounces versus 18.2 ounces, or 755. Sorry, let's go with body only. 23.8 ounces versus 18.2 ounces. So that's 675 grams versus 515 grams on the 600D. So a little beefier, heftier body. A lot of people like that, especially pros like myself, on the 60D. So there is 5 or 6 reasons to buy the Canon 60D over the T3i 600D. And I'm going to throw in another point to consider here. The 60D has had some great rebates, and I think there's more coming up currently, and some good sale prices. Bought mine at about $950 Canadian it was. The T3i is coming in, I think, at $800 US for body only. I'm not sure what it is here in Canada. So very close. And if you can get the 60D for close to or on par with the T3i, get the 60D, because you've got these excellent advantages in the 60D. So once again, folks, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with some more video posts, some more articles. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of photography. And I think what I'm going to run down for you next is the Canon 60D versus the Canon 7D. Thanks again, folks.